Jolidee Matongo has been elected as the new executive mayor of Johannesburg. Matongo has been serving as a member of the ANC's Regional Executive Committee for 18 years. His election follows the untimely death of Mayor Jeff Makubo due to COVID-19 complications. My colleague, that's reporter Silindelo Masikane, following that story for us, is joining us now for the latest. Silindelo, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. Thank you very much for your time. The new mayor, has he outlined what is he planning in terms of improving the city?
Well, he's given us some details, not too much at this stage, as you would understand that he just was elected a few hours ago. The council sitting started at around 10 a.m. this morning, Bradan. And of course, we know that in order for the council sitting to go ahead, firstly, there had to be quorum within the city council chambers. Now, you can see that it is quite a big space, Bradan, but due to COVID-19 regulations, we could not have all the councillors within the council chambers, and so we had most of the ANC council members here, and then you can see from those big screens behind me that we could see the other council members who were in various rooms or theatres within the building. They were seated there as well, just to be able to comply with the COVID-19 regulations. And we know that there were around 256 members that were here, so quorum was reached, and so we were able to continue. And Jolidee Matongo was then nominated unopposed and then duly elected by the council sitting to take over from Jeff Makubo. And I had a moment to doorstop him following his election, and he was saying that he has big plans for the city, that it's not going to be a one-man show, and that he does plan on leading a clean administration with clean governance, tackling a lot of the issues that we see in Johannesburg around service delivery. I mean, we know that Johannesburg is supposed to be a world-class African city, but I think for many of us who live here, we could definitely beg to differ. But let's just take a listen.
Well, we do have a team in mind, but because it's a government of local unity with the coalition partners, we still have to confirm the names of the other team members with them. As it relates to service delivery, we have an accelerated service delivery program that we are currently rolling out every day of the week. We are on the ground, we are not in our offices. We're looking at issues of potholes, of road markings, of best water pipes and everything like that. So we are on the ground. We are not going to be a leadership in the office. We will be on the ground working with the people to solve their problems.
You said he said he's planning to have a clean governance. Did he mention how he plans, for example, to deal with any allegations of corruption?
Certainly so. It's one of the major sticking points, especially as we're going into local government elections. We want residents of various cities and towns want to see those who've who participated in wasteful, fruitless expenditure to be held accountable. And he said that this is certainly one of those things that he's going to be tackling. In fact, he said to me that it was one of the questions that was asked by the ANC president, Cyril Ramaphosa, during his interview for the candidacy, saying that he does plan on ensuring that corruption is eradicated within the city. Let's take a listen once more.
What the disciplinary board that has been approved by council, we just have to slot in the names of those people, and the board itself has a function to ensure that officials that are involved in corruption and maladministration are brought to book. The disciplinary code or the code of conduct of councillors must be enforced through the integrity committee as well and the ethics committee of council. We've got the group forensic investigation services under General Sbia that is also hard at work to ensure that we deal with corruption. We've got group risk and assurance services that is also helping us with the issue of unauthorized irregular and fruitless and wasteful expenditure. So there's quite a number of things that are in place to ensure that we deal with fraud, corruption and maladministration.
Okay, Silindelo, finally, before I let you go, just very quickly, last week here on the Midday View, I interviewed a DA member of the Johannesburg City Council who were saying they understand that, Jeff Makubo died due to COVID-19. They're sensitive to that, but that Joburg needs a mayor. Now they've got a mayor. And you said he was nominated and there was no opposition. So can you just quickly wrap up the sentiment of the council chamber? So everybody was sort of finally sighing, I guess, a sigh of relief, saying, well, finally we have a new mayor, and people have embraced the new mayor now.
Certainly so. I mean, I think you can imagine the urgency of having to get this process underway as soon as possible. I think in terms of paying their respects to the former mayor, Jeff Makubo, there was some kind of a waiting period before electing a new mayor, but also going through the candidates and seeing who exactly would be the best fit for the job to take over from Jeff Makubo. It does seem as though, of course, there's going to be yet another coalition government. It's the only way that the ANC would have been able to elect their preferred candidate to the seat of mayor. And so they did get the buy-in from several opposition parties, including the IFP, UDM, COPE as well, if I'm not mistaken, as well as several others. They needed, I think, around 12 more seats or 12 more votes in terms of them actually retaining that mayoral seat. And we know from Jolidee Matongo that discussions have been taking place prior to his nomination in terms of getting the buy-in from opposition parties. He's promised that he wants this coalition government to certainly work for the people of Johannesburg.
Thank you very much. Silindelo Masikane there from the chambers of the Joburg Metro, where a short while ago a new mayor was elected. That's Jolidee Matongo.